All right, I'm going to go ahead and start this. I would totally encourage you to try these before I go ahead and work on them by pausing the video. And we're going to do a few more examples today. We will have a few more videos after this, but we're going to do a little bit of practice in between. So I'm going to go ahead and look at example 1. I have 4x squared plus 17x minus 15. All right. So do I have a GCF for all terms? Absolutely not, because 17 is prime. If you didn't know that, you will notice that as you try to look. My signs, I have a minus, so my signs are going to be opposite. And I'm subtracting to get my middle term. And my larger number must be positive. All right, let's get into factors. Factors of 15. 1 and 15, 3 and 5. And some of you are going, why you always do the 1 and 15? Because you never know, sometimes you might actually need that one. All right. Let's look at factors of 4. I have 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. Okay. And let's go ahead and set up our binomials. And because I'm performing subtraction to get 17, let's see what we try. I'm going to go ahead and instead this time I'm going to place the back ones, because I'm fairly certain I don't need 1 and 15. That just seems kind of large. So I'm going to go with the 3 and 5. And you can place them however you want. How you place them will determine the placement of your front numbers. All right, so far so good. Let's go ahead and go with my gut feeling that 2 and 2 might be what I'm looking for. And you only have to try this one once because they're the same number. You're going to get the same result if you switch the 2's. So I like only having to be able to test it once with the necklace. Okay, let's go ahead and check it. I have 10 and 6, but they do not subtract to give me 17. So I'm going to go ahead, get rid of the 2's, and I'm going to try 1 and 4. So right now this one didn't work for me. And I'm going to try 1 and 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and place them. All right. And 5 times 4 is 20. And 1 times 3 is 3. And if I do subtract them, I get 17. So, okay, good. So my second try worked. I was correct on the 3 and the 5. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my x's. And I need to put in some signs. My largest number must be plus, that's my 20. And my minus is on the 3. So plus here, a minus here. And so I should have x plus 5. And 4x minus 3. If you have them in a different order, that is also totally okay. All right, example 2. Again, I'm going to go ahead and have opposite signs. My largest now is going to be plus. Notice I always make a little reminder of who's the biggest one by circling it. So I still need to perform subtraction. All right, so factors of 6. In the front are 6 and 1 and 2 and 3. Factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. All right, I'm going to go ahead and play odds here with it because I'm subtracting to kind of get a small number, which is a 1. And I'm thinking both sets that are closest together will be what I want to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and make my binomials. All right. Now, if I'm going to go ahead and use the 3 and the 4, remember I can't place my 3 here. That's not allowed. Okay? So I can't do that. So if I'm going to go ahead and place that, I have to make sure that that 3 is in a different binomial. So I'm going to go ahead and place my 3 such as my 3 is here and my 4 is here because that 3 cannot be with the other 3. All right? Going to go ahead and do a quick necklace check. So I have 3 times 3, which is 9. And I have 2 times 4, which is 8. And I'm subtracting, and a subtracting give me 1. Yay! Okay? All that's left now is go ahead and place my signs. So my larger number must be plus in this case, my smaller minus. I also need to place my x's. And my plus sign is first, so it goes in the first binomial. And my minus on the 8 goes in the second binomial. And so I have 2x plus 3, 3x minus 4. Okie dokie. We got 2 more to go ahead and do. Please feel free to pause the video. Go ahead and try them before you watch me work them out. All right. So this one looks really nasty. But remember, when we have 2 letters in the middle, we don't really stress about it. All right. My front and the back are exactly the same. This poses a lot of really interesting issues, but let's look at our signs first and see what's going on. Now my plus is here, so I have 2 of the same sign. So I'm adding to get my middle term. That's going to be important. And both of them in this case must be negative. Right. Factors of 6 are the same on the front and the back. I don't really need to list them twice. You got 1 and 6 and 2 and 3, but you can totally do that if you need that on both sides. Now I need to get a 13 through addition. All right, so we could try our little rule and see if 2 and 3 work. One thing that's going to be beautiful with each of these sets of numbers is I can only need to try them once. Make my binomials a little bigger than normal because I have extra letters that have to go in there. And I'm going to pick 2 and 3. Now remember, if I use the other 2 and 3, the 3 can't be with the other 3 and the 2 can't be with the other 2. So my 3 goes here and my 2 goes here, and I'm just going to test. All right. So 3 times 3 is 9. 2 and 2 is 4. That gives me 13. Yay! All right, so I just got to put in my letters. So I have an a squared in the front. Oops, didn't want to do that. I have an a squared in the front, so I got a and a. And I should have left a little bit of room behind the 3 and the 2 because I have to have a b in there. So let's move him over just a smidge. All right, and there I need to go ahead and put in my b's to get my b squared at the end. My signs are the same, so I don't have to stress over my signs. I got minus, minus. And so my final answer is 2a minus 3b and 3a minus 2b. All right, last one here. I got 9b squared plus 30b minus 24. And this is the very first one where I have a GCF. And my GCF in this case is going to be 3. So that means I need to divide out a 3 from everything. And then I'm not going to deal with that 3 again until the very end. All right, so when I divide that 3 out, I get 3b squared plus 10b minus 8. Check again for a GCF. Make sure you got it all out. We did. So my factors of 3 in the front are 3 and 1, or 1 and 3. Factors of 8 are 1 and 8, and 2 and 4. I'm going to go ahead and set up my binomials. And I'm going to place my 3 and my 1 and don't let them move because there's only one set of factors of 3. And I'm going to go ahead and try out the 2 and the 4. Okay. Now my signs in this case, again, are opposite. And my larger is positive. So I am performing subtraction to get my middle term. So I'm going to think, you can think about it logically or just test it out. I'm going to put my 2 and my 4 here. We're just going to go ahead and place them. And we're going to check. So I have 2 times 1, which is 2. I have 3 times 4, which is 12. They do subtract and give me 10. All that's left to do here now is place my B. And my signs. So my larger must be positive. That means this one is positive, this one is negative. The negative 2 is on the top, it goes in the first one. My plus 12 is on the bottom, it goes in the second one. And so my answer in this case is going to be 3b minus 2, b plus 4. And remember that 3 I factored out at the beginning. He needs to come down and appear in my final answer sitting out front. So again, go ahead and try the practice problems. Let me know how they go. Hit me up with any questions, and I will see you in the next video.